tonight to enjoy this great American story that we've been so excited to present to you. We've had a wonderful time putting it together. And also, hello to everyone on the live stream, friends, family, alumni, hello. Thank you for joining us. Just a few things, the obligatory cell phone message, please turn them off, put them away. Stick around, stay with the show. Don't look at your phone during the show, just be here with us and enjoy the story. She says, oh. Looks like I've taken a hard fall. I'm fine, Wash, thank you. So the first act runs at 1 hour, and then we'll have a 15-minute intermission, and then the second act runs at about half an hour. Are you ready for a great show? Yeah. Thank you very much for coming, and enjoy Little Women.
Tell me a story, Joe.
Now? Once upon a time, there was a wizard named Rodrigo, and he cast a terrible...
Not that kind of story.
But that's what I'm writing, Beth. Rodrigo and his dastardly deeds of depravity. In this chapter, he finds a beautiful, scantily clad, screaming maiden tied up to an enormous...
A real one.
But those are boring. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who was being a pest.
Her name was Beth.
And this little girl had a monster of a sister.
Joe.
That's right. Its name was Joe.
And Beth loved her monster very much. And?
And there were 2 other sisters in there somewhere, and a mother and a father. And this family lived in a small house in the shadows of a big city. And outside that city was an even bigger country.
And that country went to war.
To war with itself. And even though the father went to fight,
that was hard.
Even if the world had split apart, together, that little girl and her monster, they were whole.
What happened when they grew up?
In this story, Beth, they never grow up. It just stays the same, and they last forever.
Nothing lasts forever, Joe. Tell it again?
But I don't want to!
Joe!
But I don't want to, Meg!
You're too young to turn her hair up, Amy.
Miss Amy, you are wearing nothing but braids. You're too little! I'm not little, Hannah. I am practically a full-grown woman. I'm more of a woman than Joe anyway. Ow!
What? Your hands clean at least?
Ink.
Again! You gonna do something about
What am I
this?
supposed
I have
to
to
do?
for almost brace my spirit.
Where's Mommy, Hannah?
Some creature came begging your mom went out to see who was leaving.
Why are you wearing your costume, Joe? We're not rehearsing today. I'm the man of the family, with father away.
Josephine is so childish, Meg. It is most aggravating.
Aggregating. That's a new one.
You mean aggravating, dear?
Ow!
Aggregating.
So what, Joe? A lady should seek to improve her vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Stop writing them down!
Someday I shall publish the collection.
You won't.
Will.
Won't. Josephine.
Will.
Won't. Josephine.
Girls!
Eat. Soldiers are starving in the fields.
I have no appetite.
Poor Joe. It must be hard waiting on Aunt March all day.
Torture. But come the new year, she'll take me to Europe.
I'd 1,000 times rather sit with Aunt March than be the Mingott's governess with Mrs. Mingott of the Manhattan Mingotts, always talking down to me.
Poor Meg.
At least neither of you have to go to school. The days are quite interminable.
Interminable.
Poor Amy.
Girls laugh at my braids and sniff because we're poor and label Papa for being an abolitionist.
Libel. Labels are for pickle bottles.
We all go through school, Amy, and you're surviving too.
Not Beth. Why did she get to stay home?
Because I am stupid.
Beth had a nervous episode.
I'm nervous.
Amy, hush.
Why does she get one thing and me another?
Different people need different things.
And you need to go to school, for you have a terrible case of the moron.
Joe.
And I don't know if it's curable.
You're the moron, you stupid icky stupid old Josephine stupid. When I grow up, I'm gonna run away with a prince, that's all.
That's all.
And I don't need school for that, and I shall never spoil my hands with working.
My hands are inky because someday I am going to be a great writer and make my mark upon the world. And then I'm going Meg, all the dresses she wants. And Amy, spelling primers. And Beth, what can I get you? A whole hothouse of flowers?
All I want is
the way to make my fortune.
Oh, Europe. Europe. Nobody cares!
You're just jealous.
Jealous.
You'll see. In Europe, I'll become Shakespeare and Thackeray and Dickens all in one.
Joe! Hello, girls.
Marty!
Oh! Mustachios, Joe. It's early for the theater. Where were you? Remember that immigrant woman with the baby, Mrs. Hummel? Her little boy came begging. I went with him and found Mrs. Hummel terribly ill, with her children crying from hunger, in conditions. Well, I tried to help. Poor Marmee. I've been thinking, girls. Christmas is almost here. It's a hard winter for so many. With the war, perhaps we shouldn't spend for pleasure. With Father away, we can't do much, but we can make some sacrifices. We each can play our part.
No Christmas?
We'll be together and we'll have Joe's theatrical, but perhaps no presents. You are becoming adults, and that means learning what you need and what you don't. It is only a proposal.
Christmas without any presents?
Oh, Mommy, it does seem so
Sad. Does the war have to take everything?
They work so hard, Marmee.
Beth does too. She does so much at home.
And me at school.
Perhaps no presents, Marmee. But we each have $1. Perhaps we could just spend it on ourselves.
Ooh!
Can we buy just what we really want?
What we really need?
All right, girls. I surrender. I'm going to buy you something with my $1, Marmee. A real treat. I have enough.
Girls, it's potato o'clock. Miss Joe.
What?
Joe, you know you can't. Let me help you with that.
What are you wearing? So many layers?
This is me.
Miss Josephine.
I'm going.
Girls, hurry up.
I'm going, Hannah.
Okay.
Present. Marches, march. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on.
Meg, do you have a gun?
Potato.
I'm done for line today. I need a drink when you get.
Potato, Amy.
It's hot.
That's the point.
I hope doesn't do a lot to her at school. If one girl likes another, she gets for mine. And I've gotten so many, but have returned any. And soon I shall become a pariah.
Pariah.
Joe.
Why don't you spend your Christmas dollar online?
I shall be using my dollars to buy muff, Josephine. So I shall never have to carry a dirty hot potato ever again. Besides, that money is to buy something for ourselves, not for others.
I know we ought to give up presents lovely, but I'm just not that good.
You have to do many things.
We have to be grateful for we have Father and Marmee and each other.
So we haven't got father, and moved for a long time. Perhaps never.
Don't say that.
And my dollar can't bring it back, can it? So I'm getting myself a muff.
Amy,
What's that?
Hannah said Mr. Lawrence's grandson moved next door. His parents died.
You sure be glad.
It's sad.
An orphan. Growing up all alone in that big house. Amy sad too.
He has a tutor, Hannah said, and his grandfather.
You can be lonely in the crowd. It's not the right crowd.
Don't, Joe. It's so boyish.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Meg, my dime, Meg, my dime.
Potato! You would never have given me a dime in our school days.
Don't be jealous.
Me? Jealous of Amy?
Time for work, Josephine. Joe!
Lines and lines and lines and lines.
Oh, hello. Are you all right? I say, miss, are you all right?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone to die in the snow.
Come, what's the matter?
I can't say. It's too shameful.
Well, sure, a damsel in distress should retain an air of mystery. You're one of the Marsh girls, aren't you? I've been watching, seeing you all. I'm Theodore Lawrence, but my friends call me Lori.
Lori Lawrence? That's terrible. Why not Theodore?
It's just not who I am. Don't you want to go indoors?
Nobody understands in there.
Truly? You all seem so happy together. I mean, when I happened to see you.
They tease me and scold me and think I'm spoiled. Nobody even tries to understand me anywhere.
I'm trying.
Well, I owe a dozen pickled limes to other girls at school, you see.
Of course.
If one girl likes another, she gives her a lime, and I was becoming a piranha.
Naturally.
And Mr. Smith caught me passing a lime.
The scoundrel.
And he took me to the front of the room, and he took a rod, and he whacked me.
Shall I kill him for you?
Yes, please. It's all red and hot.
Better?
Theodore Lawrence, you cannot skip your lessons forever. Oh, what is that?
It's the neighbor's little girl, Brooks.
Hello, neighbor's little girl.
I'm not a little girl. I'm not.
All right, just bring her to her parents.
I am a full-grown woman.
Theodore, you have Latin.
Yes? Can I help you?
I found a damsel in distress upon your snowbank.
Amy, what are you doing here? Christopher Columbus, why aren't you in school?
Please excuse us, Mr.
I want to talk to Marmee.
Mr.
I want to talk to Marmee.
Please excuse us.
Brooks. John Brooks.
She may need this.
Thank you. If she's the damsel in distress, you must be the knight in shining armor.
Theodore, Latin. Latin!
Joe!
There's enough violence in this country without men hitting little girls.
I'm not a little girl.
You can take leave from school for now, Amy.
Huzzah!
And be tutored by me at home instead.
Oh.
Oh, and no lives in my classroom.
Let's wash your face.
Marmee, we all had to survive school. Why shouldn't she?
You like school.
I got to stay home, Joe.
Yes, but you're my conscience, and Amy is terribly spoiled. What kind of a lesson will she learn?
See, Joe, look at Beth's flowers, will you?
Marmee, please. No analogies.
Here's a violet. How do you care for it, Beth?
They like things calm, not too hot or cold. And they like the shade of the other plants, so we pot them with their relations.
And here's a rose. What does it need?
You have to put it where the sun is. And it's delicate. You have to give it support or it won't thrive.
Ow.
Thorns.
Joe, the rose will wilt if she gave it the care of another flower. And the violet, too. One isn't better than the other. They just need different things to grow.
So if Amy's a rose and Beth is a violet,
Oh.
then what is Meg?
A daisy. She bloomed before all the others.
Then I am moss. Dirt. No. A rock.
You are whatever you're supposed to be, Joe. But look at them. Aren't they beautiful together?
The wound is salved with Mr. Lawrence's hanky, no less.
His name is Lori.
Lori Lawrence? That's terrible.
I want to hear all about him and about the rest of your days, so wash up for dinner.
Speaking of my day, Joe, the Minkets invited us to their dance this weekend.
No. No.
You must come with me.
I will.
You're too young, Amy.
No.
Oh,
Joe,
Meg,
I work all
please.
the time.
I
I
work
don't know
all
how to
the
eat
time.
now. You know I can't go
Even
table.
in.
And we're growing up now. That means we must appear in society. I need it so much. Please.
But I'm the rock. for women's opinions, Meg. I never say the right thing.
Just keep it simple as, oh, Joe, your hair looks so well.
Oh, Meg, I like your dress.
Mommy says I may have a silk when I'm married, but I'll be so old by the time that happens.
I should hope so. What?
Why are you holding your pop like that?
There's a pregnancy.
Can't you hold your gloves over it?
I spilled lemonade on him.
And what is this?
A burn, I think.
Joe, just stand against the wall so nobody sees you, but don't say Christopher Columbus, or don't stare or bound to breathe
Our
or
bag. Tell you what, if you see me doing anything wrong, give me a poke.
Poking isn't ladylike. I'll give you a cough, like this.
Really?
Here comes Mrs. Mingott. Joe, just stand there normally. Not normally, Joe. Appropriately.
Miss Josephine! And dear Miss March.
Oh, are you all right?
Oh, yes.
The governess at the ball. And my goodness, don't you look smart?
Thank you.
Well, Cinderella before the godmother. Well, poof, here I am. I'll make you a princess yet. Oh, honey, that's vile. Oh, no. And no. And put these, just so. Alakazam.
Oh.
Now stay right there. Stay.
Meg, you can't see without your glasses.
I can't sew.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Don't be ridiculous.
You're blind. Half naked and blind.
Don't talk to me like I'm Amy, Josephine. I'm your elder, and what's more, I'm acting like a lady.
Miss March. Look, Cinderella. I have conjured up a wobbly old prince.
It's Mr. Brooks, Meg.
Who?
The Lawrence boys' tutor.
As Miss March is our governess, you two should have plenty to talk about. Lesson plans, trigonometry, and and chalk. I suggest that you two fearsome scholars take a turn about the room. Now.
Madam?
Oh, and Miss Josephine. I'll dig up some for you, somehow, some way. You stay right there. Stay.
Oh, please, excuse me.
No, stay and I'll go.
If I disturbed you, I'm sorry.
I only ducked in here to, you know,
Escape?
a fellow refugee then.
Don't go away, unless you'd rather.
I think I've had the pleasure of seeing you before, madame.
I believe you live next door, Sarah.
Funny how stiff one gets in these situations. Drag me to a social and I'm a cat on a leash.
Dead cat on a leash.
How's your little sister, Miss March?
She's fine, Mr. Lawrence, but it's not Miss March. I'm Joe.
I'm not Mr. Lawrence. I'm Lori.
Laura Lawrence, that's terrific.
My real name is Theodore, but the boys call me Dora, so I thrash him into saying Lori instead.
Really?
No, I haven't actually thrashed anybody yet.
Tell you a secret? I hate Josephine too. Deuce it?
Thanks awfully. These pumps are like the devil.
These boots are dainty little tortures. But as Aunt March says, let us be elegant or die.
Who's on March?
I'm a businessman. A lady, I mean. So I wait on my great aunt for wages, and she's a nasty old cat. But she's taking me to Europe come the new year, and wouldn't take me long till I could pay for my own board. And I finally saved up enough to go. And who knows what I can become in Europe?
I know something about doing the bidding of cross old people.
Do you work?
No, I get tutored. My grandfather bought me out of the draft. I am someday to become a tedious titan of industry, so I must grind away till college, where I will learn what I wish not to do, so that I may do more of what I don't like in the future.
Lucky?
What?
Lucky to go to college. How can you complain of that? I'm sorry. I always talk to you openly. This is awkward. And, if Meg were here, she'd cough herself into a fit for me being boyish.
No, I like it.
I'm not very good at being a lady.
I'm not very good at being a gentleman, so perhaps we should just be ourselves.
Do you mind if I take these boots off? They're killing me.
May I do the same?
Christopher,
Really are the devil.
Christopher Columbus. Look at them, side by side.
wish I were a girl than a boy.
You wouldn't.
Then I wouldn't have to do all the things that men are supposed to do. Waste away life in billiards and business, march off to war, be as unfeeling as granite. If I were a lady, I'd compose on the piano all day and nobody would bother me.
Nobody would bother you except tell you to wash the dishes or tend to the children or to catch a man before you become an old maid. At least your grandfather has plans for you. Someday I'd like to be a great writer or a famous actor or a soldier alongside my father. But I'm rarely let out of the house without being told what a disgrace I am. If I were a boy, people would care more about what I could do than what I should do. And I'd be thought a tremendous talent instead of a big, ugly stone in a flower garden.
Not ugly at all. I mean, I like your gloves. They're spandy.
Spandy! Stupid thing.
What's that?
My notebook. I carry it around with me to write words in for my great novel someday. Spandy. An outfit is made by gloves. That's what Marmee says.
Marmee?
We say it instead of mother. You must think that's childish.
Oh, not at all. You're a Marmee. I watch you in your parlor. That is, sometimes when you forget to draw the curtains, I can see you all together. I haven't gone to mother anymore, you know, so.
That polka's gay, isn't it?
Do you like to dance?
No, well, yes, but I'm sure to break something or step on somebody's toes, or step on something and break somebody's toes.
I'm hardy enough.
Oh, please, I am such an awkward old fellow, honestly.
Come on, Joe. What are you, afraid?
You're the one who should be afraid, Lori.
No, you lead.
Okay, like that.
Spin.
Yeah.
Spin.
Up. Now you! And then the twirl thingy to do.
Oh! Oh, crap. Are you all right?
I'm fine, and you?
I don't know, honestly. I never know.
Oh, Meg,
Brooks, we were just...
Theodore, where are your shoes?
Joe, I can't see anything. There was a blurred pop in my ankle.
Meg, I have your glasses. Do you want them?
With the gentleman looking?
Can you walk home?
Can't afford a carriage.
Miss March, I can't bear a damsel in distress. You must take her coach. Bully, I'll just bring her man around.
Give the Mingus your regrets, Joe.
Bully!
In an appropriate manner.
Right!
Miss Marsh, I must have given you the wrong turn in the dance. It's my leg.
No, I got myself into this. I was being childish and silly and too vain about my looks. Now everybody's evening is ruined.
Nobody's leaving with ruined.
Pardon me.
And I don't think you ever could be too vain about your looks.
Oh.
Cinderella, your carriage away. Oh.
Oh, Miss Josephine! Miss Josephine, look! I've done somebody up!
Oh, my fair Lucilla, you shall yet be my bride. My spells hold and bind you captive by my side.
Oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my part. Oh, what end of a maiden's art. Joe, I have some questions about this rhyme scheme.
Keep going.
I loved you once, Rodrigo, but those days are no more. I can't go back to being who I was before. All things change, Rodrigo. No matter what spell you say, you can't turn me to stone, and you can't make me stay.
I can make whatever thing that I wish come true. I'm all powerful. Show the world, show you. I'll just take you back in time. Turn back that clock, back to those better days. Time itself I mock. I won't accept this change, not now, not ever. I'll make you stay the same, and I'll make it last forever.
Meg,
Lucella screams thrillingly.
Oh, sweet Rubella!
Lucella!
This beard keeps falling off.
Back!
Lucella screams thrillingly.
Oh, sweet Lucella!
One, it is I.
It is I, brave Valentino, a wandering knight of some renown. Sword to her dalliance.
Deliverance!
Line, sword to her.
Deliverance.
Stop.
Speed to the breast of my manly foe.
Stop. This isn't working.
Of course it's not working. You won't let me get my lines out.
The problem here is that Amy is not a convincing gentleman. And if it's not realistic, then why should we care?
This is a play about a wizard.
Yes, but without any truth, it's dry and steakless.
Perhaps I could play a gentleman and Amy Lucella.
Ooh!
Amy's too little.
Ooh!
I regret to inform you, Amy, that you are dismissed.
Dismiss?
You can't help who you are, dear. I shall just give you a non-speaking role. A fairy, or a servant.
Servant?
Or a woodland creature.
You cannot dismiss me because I quit. This role is stupid, and this play is stupider. It's for Christmas, but it doesn't even have anything to do with that. No angels or nativity or Saint Nick or anything.
Seasonal pageants are boring, Amy. I'm trying to make something original.
And you, stupid old Josephine, are absolutely automatic.
Autocratic.
Ugh! There are no small roles, Amy, only small actors.
Joe, this is supposed to be fun.
Maybe it's hard for Amy because she's pretending to be someone who's so different from herself. Maybe if this play were about real stories, about girls like us.
Those stories are more boring than the seasonal pageants. No, the play is perfect. I just need to rethink casting.
You told me to put Beth in.
No.
I don't want anybody in the wrong role. I shall just spirit up and around tonight. A wandering gentleman. Somewhere, somehow. Mr. Lawrence! The brave Valentino! On guard!
On guard!
Nerf this!
Go! May I speak to you for a moment? Oh, Valentino. The diva wishes an aside. Oh.
Don't want voice here, Joe. You make fun of us.
Laurie isn't like that, Mag. We've become such friends in the past week, and he knows loads about sword fighting and mustachios and wonderful man things that I, for one, want to know.
This is a ladies' club.
A few of these keys are broken, aren't they? I tinker with my piano bit. Perhaps I could fix them?
See, gentle as any girl. And he's lonely in that big house of his, with nobody to talk to but his mean old grandfather and that stuffy Tudor Brooks.
Mr. Brooks isn't stuffy.
Please, Mag, please. I want it. I need it so much.
Mr. Lawrence? Welcome to our company.
Beth, strike up a victory march!
I'll find a way to fix those keys.
You must allow me to do Valentino. I finally got it to stick. Oh my God!
The damsel.
Play, Beth, play! On guard!
On guard!
Ladies! Ladies! A gentleman's come calling.
Grandfather!
Brooks tells me you've been neglecting your studies, Theodore.
I was just...
You have a part to play, sir, and not amongst the women.
Grandfather.
We are too old for these games! Come!
No! Joe! You can't keep him locked away like that! Like an ogre! He's a growing boy! He needs company and amusement and sunlight which to
Oh
bloom!
my God, Joe, what are you saying?
He doesn't need your rescue, madam. He's not some damsel in distress.
He's a gentleman in distress! And without him, our play is a disaster! Please! Christopher Columbus!
Joe, you shouldn't have interfered.
I can't abide to seeing a body stuffed into the wrong role.
Oh, I don't know, Miss Meg. It's good to make friends with that boy. He may take a shine to one of you.
Hannah! Ugh, this is all an abominable Brooks' fault for tattling.
Mr. Brooks isn't abominable.
What?
You're abominable!
What? Actresses? Why are you so dressed up?
No reason. Where's Laura?
Enter! Enter! Madame,
Mr. Lawrence, sir?
speak up, Miss March.
Mr. Lawrence, sir, I
I
came...
can't hear you.
Mr. Lawrence, sir, I came to ask you if you won't let, please, your grandson do our theatrical?
Why do you girls all think Theodore needs rescuing? Am I, as your sister said, an ogre?
No, sir. Lonely.
Me?
Lori, sir. And he was kind about my piano and looked so happy when Meg said he might join our company. And if not, our play is a disaster, said Joe. And Amy said our Christmas is ruined.
What is your name?
But Beth.
You must think me the villain from Mr. Dickens' book, Beth March, to ruin Christmas.
I think people don't always see exactly what they do, sir.
I imagine you see. I had a little girl once, with eyes like yours. You like that piano? It belonged to her, Theodore's mother.
What happened to her?
She grew up. Run back to your mother!
Oh, sad my part, oh mad my heart, oh what end of a maiden's art.
Other way. Oh, sad my heart. Oh, mad my part.
No notes, Joe. We're lucky we came back at all.
Yes, no notes, Josephine. You promised.
Oh, sad my heart, oh mad my part.
Oh, what end to a maiden's art!
What were
The great Valentino!
Foul, Rodrigo!
What are you doing here?
It's a holiday miracle, Lucella. May I rejoin your company?
No,
Meg!
no, Lori, none of it sets your grandfather.
It's blessed by the old man himself. He had a visitation of the conscience.
Beth?
She's back.
What can I Christmas! What does she want for Christmas?
What is she buying herself with her dollar?
She's buying something for Marmee.
I never felt like such a selfish child. I'll do the same. I'll buy Marmee something instead of a gift for myself.
Me too.
All right, fine. I will too.
That's all Beth wants, I'm sure.
We can do better than that.
Three, two, one.
Merry Christmas! It's all for you, Marmee.
Army boots. Best we had.
Handkerchiefs.
Beth did the embroidery.
And cologne. That's for me.
Girls, how?
We all spent our dollars.
You shouldn't have. We had a visitation of the conscience.
What about your gifts?
We have enough. Come here.
You're all growing up so fast.
Look at the flowers, Marmee. And we hung mistletoe, you see.
Beth? What is that?
What?
In the corner?
Maybe St. Nicholas came.
Ooh, yes, it must have been St. Nicholas.
Go and look.
Merry Christmas!
Good strong oak.
to the ghost of Christmas past from Mr. Scrooge. Beth?
Beth! Oh no, she's running from the way she wanted! Adventure culture move! Beth! Joe, wait up! Where are her scarf?
Where have they gone? I can't
What is
see
happening?
them.
It's freezing out there.
Here they come!
Here they all come.
Oh, now the conquering heroes! On guard! On guard! Ha ha! Thy end is now! Die!
Miss March, pardon me.
Please, call me Marmee. Beth, you'll wear yourself out. I think she'll never stop.
I wish I never had to.
Your fingers are going to fall off.
Miss March, Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Would you like to dance?
Oh my God. Now?
There's music.
Christmas music, Brooks.
I'd like to try again.
Oh my God.
It's,
No. I mean, yes.
Oh my God.
Amy, hush.
You see that?
No, Laurie, I went blind for the holidays.
It's romantic.
It's disgusting.
Don't you have? Why do you have such a low opinion of matrimony?
Matrimony? This is one dance. One incredibly awkward dance.
That's how it all starts.
Meg is too young to be thinking of marriage.
You grow up eventually.
Stop that. How could Meg want that?
Disgustibus non est disputandum.
Disgustibus non est disputandum.
Whatever Brooks said, taste is not disputable.
He would lecture in a dead language. Stuffy old Brooks.
What do you want, old fellow, for Christmas?
Boot lacings.
Be serious, Joe. What do you really want, more than anything? I'll buy it for you.
Genius. Don't you wish you could buy it, Laurie?
I wish a great many things. Well,
Well, what?
I thought you liked to dance.
Not like that.
We could take off our shoes.
I'll dance with you, Lori.
I'll get you, Joe.
Lori, look! Mistletoe.
Who could that be?
Do we have to get it right now?
Perhaps it's St. Nicholas.
Back keep playing! Lori!
Is this the March household?
It is.
Telegram.
Merry Christmas.
Marmee?
Dear Mrs. March, your husband is gravely wounded. Come at once. Hereward Hospital, Washington. But it's Christmas.
We'll get you a train to Washington. Next ticket.
I'll run to the station now.
But it's Christmas, you must have.
So, let me give you something, Marmee.
Miss March, let me go with you.
Oh no.
A lady shouldn't be down there unescorted. Let me do my duty.
Joe, I'll need what we have in the kitty.
If we empty the kitty, how will we pay the rent?
Shh, Amy, I don't know. Joe, I'm going to need all of it. I don't think you can go to Europe this year, dearest. Joe.
But we've been good and worked so hard and gave up presents, and now we can have Christmas or the theatrical or anything, and it's not fair!
I know. Mr. Brooks, I hope that our font will be better suiting you.
Miss March, please don't cry.
And you make me soon about your business. I'm sorry.
I mean, you may cry if you like.
It's just my father.
I would do anything to help you. You do know that, Miss March?
Call me Meg. Oh, Meg. Come around me, girls. Where's Joe? marches. March! Sisters, sisters, will you join us?
Sisters, sisters, will you join us? Sisters, sisters, will you join us? For the union keeps us strong.
It feels as if there's been an earthshake.
Earthshake. Earthquake, Amy.
Don't write that down, Josephine. Don't you dare write that down! Josephine!
Amy, don't shout. It isn't ladylike.
Tell her not to write!
Tell her not to put on airs.
My head hurts.
Girls! Stop yelling! Yelling is not for ladies.
Yes, Hannah!
And if you don't clean up that mess, I'll give all your things to the street. I swear I will.
Yes, Hannah. We really ought to pull these decorations down.
I can't, for I'm going to visit the poor Hummel children. The baby's been sick. You or Meg ought to go with me, Joe. I don't know what to do for her.
I can't today, Beth. I have to write to Marmee.
And to Brooks!
Don't be impertinent.
Don't be ridiculous, Amy.
And I have to dictate the week's menu to Hannah, for I'm mistress of the house now, you know.
Oh, really, Miss Meg? You ought to learn how to cook yourself. Heaven knows you're old enough.
Mistress of the house.
Mistress of the house, my left foot.
Joe?
I can't today. I have business.
What business? Plans with Lori! I saw you two whispering to each other yesterday. I know you're plotting something.
Eavesdropping is very unladylike, Amy.
Will you go with me to the Hummels, Amy?
I cannot go to see the dirty little Hummel children, Elizabeth, for I have business of my own. Big, important business.
Hello? Why all the long faces?
Shh, Valentino. The walls have ears. Rice!
Miss Meg, time to get those fine hands dirty.
Amy, I have business. Good day.
Joe March, published author. Huzzah! Huzzah!
One teeny tiny story in one little newspaper, but my first check as a writer, $30 whole. Can you believe it?
He ought to have paid more.
You drove a hard bargain. He didn't want to pay even that.
This is the first of many.
Do you really think so?
You'll be the talk of the union of the whole planet.
I do want that, Lori. That's what I want more than anything. I don't want to write, sentimental little lady stories. I would want to live a small, well-behaved life. I want to be one of the greats and shape the world and outlive my time and that must sound so childish.
I want you to have everything, Joe. Everything you've ever wanted.
I can't thank you enough, Lori, for the idea to do this.
I had to make up for you missing out on Europe, didn't I?
With wages like these, I'll get there soon.
We make a good team pulling together.
A mismatch team. I don't think the publisher believed you when you said you were my agent. You ought to have said you were my brother.
Your brother? No. Ow.
Come on. Hello? Beth?
The Hummel baby died, Joe. I was holding her, and I looked down, and I thought maybe if I prayed or sang to her or pretended it didn't happen, it wouldn't be true. But I was being childish to think I could make it better by wishing. Lori, have you had scarlet fever? Joe did before I was born.
When I was 7.
Scarlet fever?
The other Hummels have sore throats, and my head hurts.
Aha! I've caught you both!
Amy's never had it.
The gig, I tell you, is up.
Amy, you have to go.
What?
Lori.
Please don't send me away.
She'll be better in a day or two. We'll send for the doctor just in case.
Should we write to Marmee?
And frighten the poor woman? Don't you dare. I wouldn't write to her unless it was very bad. Miss Beth will be better when the week is through. Better by next week, I'm sure.
Lori, you're still here.
Of course. Please let me do something for you, Joe. You know I can't bear a damsel in distress.
Lori? Race.
I took care of all of you since you were babies. Each one growing so different than the other. Miss Beth was always so delicate.
She'll be better soon, won't she?
Hannah, she'll be right tomorrow, me.
No, I'll do it myself.
Please don't scold me.
Amy, you're supposed to be at Aunt March's.
I ran away. Please don't make me go.
Beth isn't infectious anymore.
Amy's too young.
We're all too young for this. Beth, we're here.
All of us.
Joe, tell me a story.
Now,
A real one.
once upon a time, there was a family. A mother, a father, and 4 girls. And the best of them all, the conscience of the family, was named Beth.
And when that girl died,
In this story, Beth, the girl never dies. She stays with that family, and together they are whole.
And together, they were safe.
And together, they lived happily ever after.
They lived. Beth!
Lori! Meg! Joe! Where have you been?
Lori! Lori! The fever broke, Lori. Beth is so much better.
Merry Christmas, girls. We have brought you a very late present.
Father! Oh my God, you're alive! Father! I thought we lost you. Please sit down.
Please, let us help you.
Oh my God, you're alive.
Is there anything you need?
Mr. March! Mrs. March! Oh! How fast do those newfangled telegrams go? I just wrote to you this morning.
Lori fetched us yesterday, Hannah.
Oh, Mr. Theodore, I ought to have you whipped. Oh, Mr. March, to have you home again. Oh,
Oh, fellow, how can I ever thank you?
Mr. Brooks, how can I ever thank you?
Call me John.
Lori, do something! Mr. Brooks is behaving drunkenly, and Meg likes it!
You seriously haven't taken any of the decorations down yet?
What shall we do?
Joe, look.
Amy, hush!
Don't wake. Father!
can make whatever thing that I wish come true. I am all powerful. I'll show the world, show you. I'll just take you back in time, turn back that clock, back to those better days, time itself I mock. I won't accept this change, not now, not ever. I'll make you stay the same, and I'll make it last forever. Wah-ha-ha-ha!
Joe, wait,
Ha-ha!
stop. What is Valentino's motivation in this scene?
What?
We don't have a Lucella anymore, so why does he want to fight Rodrigo? Why wouldn't they just, I don't know, go play billiards? Why are we pretending it's the same?
Lori.
Now that Meg's gone, perhaps you could play the lady.
Meg will be back. She's just busy with the babies for a bit.
That won't change anytime soon, Joe.
I'm Rodrigo.
I need a break.
Beth, 5 minutes?
Why don't you want to play Lucella? She gets to drag around in costume jewelry and scream thrillingly.
You've answered your own question.
And you'd get to flirt with a loyal-hearted Valentino.
Marmee doesn't approve of flirts.
Flirting is just a game men and women play. You like games?
Not that kind.
Well, I'm glad. Some of the ladies I meet go on at such a rate that I'm embarrassed for them. Like Sally Mingott, if you'd heard how she spoke to me at last week's dance, and if she had heard how us men talked about her afterwards. If you were in my place, you would see things that would astonish you.
If I could be in your place.
What?
Why should you mock girls for doing just the same as you all do? Ladies can never win that game, can they?
Don't be thorny, Joe.
But it's one set of rules for you and another for me. Always. Always, always.
I only meant some girls do flirt with me, you know, in life, but I prefer what you don't do. I prefer you, just as you are. Won't you show me some kindness, Joe? I'm off to college tomorrow and won't see you for months and months.
I know.
Will you cry watching me ride away on my white steed?
I'll be burning up with jealousy, wishing I could play your role, but I might as well wish for the moon. Instead, I'll be withering away in Aunt Marcia's service, clinging to her phantom promises of Europe till I turn gray.
Tell me what I can do to make you happy.
Just do your best at school, since I can't.
I'll make something of myself for you, but promise me something in return. Promise that you won't just mope around snuffling. Promise that you'll finally finish that novel you've been scribbling away at for years and send it out into the world.
Oh, Lori, I don't think it's ready for the world.
We'll both get what we want if we only try. And if you send out that whopping novel, I'll give you what you've always wanted.
Both these things.
Joe, I will take you to Europe.
Lori!
We'll go together if Aunt March doesn't take you first.
Really?
We'll have an adventure, just you and me, so long as we stay true to each other. You promise?
Go and make yourself useful out there, as you have now grown too tall to be ornamental. I will miss you so much.
Damn it, Joe. We're too old for that anymore.
Lori! Best thing you do, Lucella? I'll play with you.
We're done. For now. Promise you'll see me off tomorrow, Joe?
As I am a gentleman. Amy, we could still rehearse, and you could be Lucella, if you promise to take it seriously, and memorize your lines properly, and...
Who will we be doing this play? Marmee? Father?
I-
They have grandchildren to amuse them now.
Amy,
Nobody needs this anymore, Josephine. Nobody wants it. This kind of thing is inappropriate for women of your age. I'm doing you a favor by telling you. Did I hear you say you'll see Lori off tomorrow?
Yes?
Well, you can't. You promised to call in on March with me.
I spend enough time bowing and scraping to Aunt March in my working hours.
Poor people are well advised to please rich folks.
So we are to waste all our days pandering to millionaires just because they have the money?
Money that we need. You pretend it's such a hardship sitting with Aunt March, but she's paid you for it.
Amy.
You have no idea what it's like to spend years pretending to be something you're not.
Well, maybe it's time to be realistic, Josephine, about your prospects. Give up childish and frankly egocentric fantasies about showing them all and setting the world on fire. And you'll resent people less. It's not everyone else's fault that you don't feel like you're living up to your potential.
Amy.
Just bite your tongue and humor poor old Aunt March. You don't have to agree to be agreeable.
What about Lori?
He'll be better off without you. Joe, tomorrow, I trust that you will wear something appropriate.
Ugh.
Joe?
March. I so agree.
Read to us.
Auntie, this is a social...
What I say sermons.
Sermon 1. A lady knows her place.
No surprise. No surprise.
You look well, Amy.
Squawk.
A lady prizes presentation.
Why, thank you, Auntie. So do you.
So do you. So do you.
A lady speaks with discretion.
And Polly, was it, is so charming.
Mind your fingers.
A lady behaves cautiously.
Charming.
Charming.
How does your father fare, child?
A little better, Aunt March.
Better. Not for long, I'm sure.
Not for long. Not for long.
A lady holds her tongue.
He ought to never have gone to the war, but then we shouldn't have had a war at all.
Oh, Auntie.
Why should we poke our noses down south, thinking ought never to have pressed his agenda?
Now, Aunt.
A lady holds her tongue.
We ought to focus on the Union and put the homeland first.
Homeland first. Homeland first.
No, let's not talk politics.
But your parents are both the same. Your father and his radical abolitionism.
A lady holds her tongue.
And your mother and her immigrant trash. I told her, I said, you go amongst that filthy boat rabble.
Oh, rabble. Oh, rabble.
And you'll never know what will come chilling home after you. And look what happened. She never listened to sage advice from cooler heads. She always wished to slum around amongst the lesser classes. And so she nearly killed your half-wit sister.
Half-wit. Half-wit.
Josephine, what on earth?
Joe! Just be agreeable.
Josephine?
You're so right. You're so right, Aunt March. You're so right, Amy. We should never have gone into the war. Who cares if people are being enslaved? That's hundreds of miles away. But why should it bother us? Why should we take any action?
Oh, Joe.
Why should we care if families are starving in the tenements? That's right in our backyards, but why should we lift a finger? No, I think we should just sit on our hands and shut our mouths, lest we disturb others. Civility at all costs. That's what I say. Civility before humanity.
Josephine.
We should have no objections. Isn't that it, Amy? No egocentric aspirations to change the world. We should be adults. And the adult thing is to do nothing and say nothing. And if that accomplishes nothing, then that's for the best. We should just stay at home and close our eyes and accept the same evils forever.
Josephine, you have made your point. You may be quiet now.
Quiet now. Quiet now.
Christopher Columbus!
What's a speech, Josephine? I'm glad to know your true thoughts at last.
Auntie?
Miss Amy, I've long planned to make a European tour.
Long planned, indeed.
And since Josephine is so cross-patched against leaving home or keeping a civil tongue in her head, I was wondering whether you might like to be my lady companion.
Auntie, you've been promising
Don't
this
you yet, Josephine.
After all this work, after all this time!
I promise to bring a lady companion. A lady.
Lady.
Amy!
Yes, please, Aunt March, and thank you.
Squawk.
Oh! Wormy!
There's nothing to be done, Joe. Aunt Jess is Amy.
Amy's too young!
I'm not. I'm a woman grown, and it's your own fault if you hadn't been so nasty and intemperate and bitter.
Bitter from years of swallowing bile!
Girls, please, you wake your father.
You think that I'm stupid, Josephine, but I know more about the world than you ever did. You think that if you go to Europe, things will be so different that you'll get to do and be whatever you want. But this isn't like the set of one of your theatricals. There are rules over there, just like here. Aunt March is taking me along because I'm smart enough to keep my peace. Because I act like a lady, and you never do.
Don't you understand, Amy? I would make a dreadful lady. Even if I tried, even if I wanted to be one. Look, they would all say. Look at that awkward boy in a dress, strangling on every thought, biting his tongue until it fell off. I can't ever be something like you, so I might as well be what I am.
So be what you are, and live with the consequences.
Ugh, it's always so. Amy gets what she wants, and I get all the drudgery.
I don't think Amy always gets what she wants, Joe.
I'm glad you're not going yet, Joe, for I should miss you.
I never shall go at all. I work and push and try, and because I'm not exactly what people want me to be, it all gets thrown away.
You wouldn't be happy as Aunt March's handmaiden anyhow. Amy has no grand ambitions and little to amuse her now that she's growing up. At least you still have your writing.
Marmee, I meant what I said to Amy. I never shall be a lady. I never will be a woman. Like you.
Joe, you don't have to be.
Joe?
I'll show Amy. I'll go to Europe, and I'll have to bow and scrape and sacrifice every part of me to get ahead. I can make it. I can do it my own way.
How?
It's in my novel. I promised Laurie, and he promised me. I have to write.
Joe?
I have to write. I said I have to. Meg!
Hello, Joe.
Oh, Meg, it's been months. What are you doing here?
The stage is still set up, I see.
I knew you'd be back.
Am I too late for rehearsal?
Meg, are the babies all right?
What?
Is that blood?
It's Jam!
Jam?
Look, Joe, you've been writing too many stories. Don't be so dramatic.
Why are you crying?
Where's Marmee?
She's changing father's bandages.
I'll come back another time.
You can talk to me.
I need a grown woman's perspective.
Well, I'm here, Meg.
I can't say. It's too shameful.
Try.
Well, I'm home alone with the babies, you know, and Demi's starting to crawl. I can't leave him alone for a moment, but I see him headed towards the fire.
Yes.
And Daisy has the colic. She won't stop crying, and they're both teething.
Yes.
And I never realized what an angel Hannah is here with all the chores. They never end. And we can't afford any help. John works hard enough just to keep a roof over our head, and I'm so tired of being poor. It's not fun at all being mistress of the house, really. So I'm home all day with the twins, Joe. Alone, all day. And all day of every day, I'm fighting. I'm fighting a battle against all the nappies and bottles and swaddling clothes in the world, and I'm always losing.
Oh, Meg.
But today, they finally took a nap at the same time, and it was so quiet, and I sat and I thought, what if I could have anything I wish in the world right now? And I thought, all I want is jam!
It's okay to want jam.
So I dug through our cupboards and found some dusty old pot of raspberry and ate it right out of the jar, Joe, like a child, and was happy for one moment. One little peaceful moment just for me. And then, just then, like she sensed it, Daisy woke up and started wailing, and that woke Demi up, and he started wailing, and then I should have gone and picked them up, but then I just couldn't. I started wailing, and that's how John found me, crying and covered in jam with the babies screaming in their nursery.
Oh.
And then he asked me why I hadn't picked up the babies, and I cried, and he asked why I hadn't made dinner, and I cried, and he asked why I was so messy, and I cried, and then he told me I was being hysterical, and I said hysterical is just one biblical woman who bear what men never could, and finally snapped.
Serves him right, stuffy old Brooks.
He is, isn't he? Stiff and stuffy, thank you. And then I told him we had a big row, and I told him if he wanted a perfect lady at all times, he could just go off and find one. And I stormed out. And I just wanted to come home. Real home, you know?
Of course.
I just wanted to come back and be a little girl again, and not somebody's crying mother or somebody's jam-covered wife.
Then do that, Meg. Come back and live here.
Could the babies come too? I couldn't leave them.
They could sleep in the attic.
I don't think there'll be enough space. They keep growing and growing.
Everything can be just as it was, Meg.
What about John?
Oh, forget him. It never happened. Stuffy old Brooks.
Meg, I'm sorry. I've been working so hard and I was very cruel. Very...
Stiff?
Rigid, yes. Unfeeling. Very...
Stuffy?
Very stuffy. Please come home, Meg. I need you. The babies need you.
No, not Stuffy John.
Meg,
Joe, I'm sorry. I was just being childish.
don't you want to talk?
Joe, I'm the Marmee now.
Oh, what end of a maiden's art? I have to write.
Joe, you've been working so hard for months. Won't you come?
Glory, glory, hallelujah! I'm done. I'm finally done. If everything changes, then I'll change everything. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Enter. Enter. Who's that?
It's Joe March.
Who?
We met last year. You published my short story in your paper, The Spell of Rodrigo.
I buy a lot of stories. You bring another?
I bring something even better. My very first world premiere novel.
Novel?
The whole work of Rodrigo. An epic. It has everything. Love, tragedy, sword fights, pirates, and mermaids, and love, and death, and heavy themes, and set all over Europe. So?
I'm not in the market for ladies' novels.
But you have a press downstairs, with books in the window.
Those are works of literature, not sentimental pieces.
This is serious. I've worked on it for years.
I assume you're a woman, correct? Then this is a ladies' novel. Doesn't matter how you dress it up. Miss March, there's a legitimate place for women's voices. Bring me another sweet little story. It helps sell powder if I run it next to the ads.
This is a whole book.
15 for the novel. And put some heaving bosoms in it.
15? Last time you gave me 30.
Seems to me last time you had a cooler head negotiating for you. Where's that agent? Some gentlemen won't pay a lady at all, but I'm forward thinking. Miss March, a little advice. Next time you step into this world, bring that agent or your father or your husband. Remember, I'm one of the good ones.
How did it go?
They didn't want me.
Are you alright?
I was being childish.
Do you want to write? Will that make you feel better?
My stories are lightweight, sentimental. They don't mean anything.
Oh, Joe, maybe if you tried writing about something real, something from your life.
My life nobody wants to read about that. About a house full of stupid, naive little girls. About someone like me, someone awkward and deluded and not real, a real woman.
That's not true.
It is, and wishing you were different won't change anything.
Do you want to put on a play, or
I'm too old for that now.
will you tell me a story? A real...
Beth, stop.
Can anything make you feel better, Joe?
No.
Not anything?
Lori!
Miss March! Mr. Lawrence from next door, you may remember, from our misbegotten youth.
Stop that.
How do I look, Joe? Like a real college man?
You look like a man. Wait, have you kept your promise?
Studied myself to a skeleton all semester and got top marks, with honors.
Lori!
I was motivated.
I'm so proud of you.
I've been a good man.
Good old fellow.
How have you been, old fellow?
One trouble comes on top of another.
Come, what's the matter? You know I can't bear a damsel in distress.
I can't say. It's too shameful.
Couldn't you finish your novel?
I did finish it. It's right here. See?
3 cheers for the great authoress. Huzzah!
Don't! I took it to the publisher, and he was dreadful. I've been working so hard for so long, and and Amy's going to Europe because she's a lady, and Meg's gone forever because she's a mother, and I'm not anything!
Whoa, Joe.
There's no place for me in this world, and everything's changing, and everyone's growing up, and I don't know what to do!
So you don't have a publisher yet, but you'll find one or something.
But if I don't get something published, Lori, then I'll never be one of the great minds. I'll just be a nobody, wasting my time serving old rich people like Aunt March with no money and no importance until the day I die and am forgotten.
Since when are you so grim?
Since you went away.
Well, you don't have to make money, you know.
Of course I do.
Perhaps someone could just give it to you. Don't laugh, but sort of knight, maybe, like Ray Valentino.
That's just a story. I should know. I'm the one who made it up.
A friend, then. Somebody who loves you.
Lori.
I've loved you ever since I first saw you. Joe, will you? It's perfect, you must admit that. I'm one of the family, and I have money, so you'll never have to work again. I told you I would take you to Europe. It'll be your honeymoon.
So, Amy's a lady, and Meg a mother, and I'd be a wife?
I don't want to change you, Joe. I want you to be you, me to be me, and us to be together.
Can't we just stay as we are?
I can't pretend that we're still just little children playfellows. I need something more. Don't you?
Not that. Oh, Lori, please don't cry.
I know it's not manful.
It's not that, I swear.
Don't you even love me a little, Joe?
Not a little, Lori, so much. But not as you want me to. It's not me.
Well, I'm not going back to college now.
What?
I was only there for you.
Lori, you'll get over this after a while. And you'll find some girl who will be a lady for your fine house. Me, you'd grow ashamed of me by and by. And you'd come to hate my writing and we would be unhappy.
That's not true.
You're playing a part, some idea of being a man that you built up in your head, that you took from your friends or the college or the world. It's not me, but it's not even you. We can go back to what we were. All you have to do is shake off this childish fantasy and...
It's not childish, Joe. It's called growing up. It's real and we can never go back. Why can't you want what any other woman would want?
Because I'm not. I'm not like other women. I thought you understood.
I hope you get what you do want, Joe. Whatever that is.
Lori!
Lori! Welcome home!
Not home. Not now.
Lori!
What was that about?
Nothing. Why are you so dressed up?
No reason. What did you do to Lori?
Leave me alone, Amy.
Joe.
I'm never getting out of here, Beth. I'll never get what I need. I'll never go to Europe or anywhere.
What happened?
Lori made an offer to me,
He what?
and I had to refuse him.
You what?
Beth, I've lost my best friend, and everything's ruined forever.
Oh, Joe. Nothing is forever.
How could you be so stupid?
What?
Amy.
You always just do whatever you want.
I never get to do what I want.
And make your own way and don't care how it affects anyone else. It's so senseless and rude and blind.
Amy.
And you, Josephine, are absolutely purist.
Purist.
Childish. Silly.
Puerile.
Yes, fine. But purist too. So selfish and unyielding. And Josephine, don't you dare write that down. Don't. I'm warning you.
Why stop now? Purist.
You are impossible. You cannot be the way you are.
And yet,
Let's go talk to Marnie.
Enter. Enter. Oh,
Can't you play something gayer, Lori?
no. You can tell Joe I won't bother your family anymore.
Your family.
I'm going away, Beth.
Where?
Not back to college.
Maybe to Europe? Amy's going, you know, with Aunt March. I'm sure Amy would love a visit in Italy, or a companion.
Amy is just a little girl.
Not anymore. You must see that. And she's fond of you. I came here once to talk to your grandfather about changing his mind. It was hard, but then things got better for all of us.
Everything is ruined forever for me now.
Nothing lasts forever. Lori, I think sometimes we want so badly, we don't see what we have.
Escape into writing for a bit, Joe. Who knows what will come of it in the end? I should check on Papa.
Has anyone seen my book?
Perhaps it's under here?
Amy, do you have it?
I do. Not.
Maybe it's in the other room.
I warned you.
What?
You've been torturing me for years, writing down every word I misspoke, making me feel stupid, rampaging through life with your rough ways, not caring if you hurt Lori, or me, or anybody. But you'll have nothing to show for it now, for it's gone.
What?
If you're looking for your notebook, Josephine, there you shall find your lesson at last.
This notebook?
What?
This is the book I write your malapropisms in.
What did you burn, Amy?
Not the right book on my desk. No. No, no!
Joe, not your novel.
Joe, no, you're burning
Was it
yourself.
your novel?
What have you done,
That was
Amy?
your only copy, Amy.
I thought it was the notebook. They look the same.
Joe, stop, please stop.
Josephine.
Joe! My only copy!
That's no excuse for violence.
All my stories, my childhood, gone!
If it was an accident.
I can never do it again!
I didn't mean to.
Jealous! You did it because you're jealous!
I? Jealous of an old monster like you?
Amy!
You great ugly boy! I shouldn't be surprised you would treat a lady so.
Amy!
It serves you right!
You!
Joe, no! I've done you a favor, finally getting rid of that rubbish. Now you can finally accept your reality!
I never shall forgive you! Never!
Joe.
You and I, it's over.
We should retire until dinner.
I can't eat at the same table as her, Marnie.
Marnie, I don't feel safe.
You shouldn't feel safe. You're not.
Maybe you would like to visit Meg for a few days, dear.
Why can't she go? Why am I always sent away?
Amy!
She always gets what she wants.
But fine, I'll go to Meg's. And soon I will go to Europe. And there I imagine I'll meet somebody wonderful and get married. And then we shall never be under the same roof again. Me and my failure sister!
Amy, let's go pack your things.
You are not my sister.
Joe!
Leave me alone.
Oh, Joe.
Amy's right. It's been years and we've never had peace. We're too different.
But we're family.
Why should people be forced together where they want nothing in common? Amy will go to Europe and then to some gentleman. And I will stay here, growing older, angrier, more and more bitter. Let us grow apart, healthier for everyone involved.
I can't believe that's right.
People change. They grow up and go away. The bonds, the dreams we started out with are childish. They don't mean anything now.
Joe.
I'm done. I'm tired of fighting, of throwing myself against every wall. Let the war be over. Good morning.
Was the doctor here?
Marmy's talking to him now. How long have you been feeling sick again?
I never really felt well again after the fever. And I know I'll never get better.
Beth, don't say that.
What did the doctor say?
Hang the doctor.
So, I was right.
Beth, please don't.
I'm just ashamed I've done so little.
Beth.
I'm not like the rest of you. I never made plans about what I'd do when I grew up. Thought of being married or moving away. I couldn't picture myself anything but stupid Beth sitting at home.
You're not stupid.
But I never wanted to go away. I'm afraid of being homesick, Joe. And I worry about the rest of you without me.
Don't worry. I'll take care of everything.
What?
I've given up on my dreams of running out and changing the world, about running away to Europe. I'll stay at home and be everything to Father and Marmee. I'll make the house joyous and cheerful, just as you do.
What?
Beth, I've finally grown up.
What?
Beth!
How can you say that?
I have no heart for writing anymore.
That's not growing up. That's giving up.
Beth, please calm down.
So you play the new Beth to them, Joe. That's not the part for you. Don't waste your life trying to be a violet if you're a chestnut burr, prickly on the outside and soft on the inside, or a big rigid oak tree, or a stupid rock even. Whatever you find out that you are, Joe, I don't want that.
Beth, I've never seen you angry before.
You've proven you can provoke anyone. Don't give up. Write the real stories, Joe. Write better ones. You promise me.
Is there anything else I can get you, Beth?
All I want is the family I have you back, Joe. Where's Amy?
Oh, she'll visit later with Meg and the babies.
I know you two are different, but make amends.
I don't think.
Bring her. And Lori. Bring them together. Joe, tell me a story.
Now?
A real one.
Once upon a time, there was a family. And this family lived in a small house in the shadows of a big city. And outside that city was an even bigger country.
And that country went to war.
To war with itself.
That was hard.
Yes, but the family stayed together, because even if the world had split apart together, they were whole.
Nothing lasts forever.
And the best of them all, the conscience of the family, was named Beth.
And when that girl died?
In this story, Beth, the girl never dies.
Marmee, will you bring the flowers closer? Look at them all together.
Beth! And the little girl loved her family, though they were imperfect. And she did her work, though it was humble. And she learned her lessons, though they were small. She didn't have any magical powers, and she never went on big adventures, but she loved her monster instead of slaying it. Beth's story wasn't a great epic. That's why it needs to be told. In this story, the girl never dies.
Joe, tell it again.
I don't want to.
You're too young to turn your hair, baby.
Miss Amy, you are wearing nothing but braids. You're too little.
I'm not little, Hannah. I'm practicably a full-grown woman. I'm more of a woman than Joe anyway.
audience and people on the live stream. Thank you so much for your support. And we wanted to take this time to thank some people that we could not have the show without. So first of all, we wanted to thank Miss Selma.
Thank you so much for directing our play. From your goofy warm-up exercises to your insightful notes, you've just made this theater a second home for us, and we're eternally grateful for that. Thank you so much.
Next we have our technical director, Mr. Chad Smith. Thank you so much for all your work you do with the tech program. You've made it a home for all of us, and every day we look forward to afternoon activity. And just thanks for making it always a fun time. We know we're a rowdy bunch, but it's always a fun time with you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
On behalf of our entire cast and crew, I would like to thank our incredible director for guiding us through this remarkable journey, Ms. Plumley. Thank you so much for your unwavering support and your creative vision. You've given us more than a play. You've given us memories that will last for a lifetime. Oh my God, Miss Tommy, thank you so much for the memories we created. I've truly found my family here, and I'll be so sad to leave you guys next year. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much. What an incredible job this entire cast has done. The crew, backstage crew, thank you so much. And thank you for coming, and thanks for supporting the theater. Thank you so much. See you at the musical.